Welcome back to this week's Off the Record DJ podcast. Today, we're going to talk about how we can take you from a good DJ, an average DJ, and make you excellent if that's what you want to do. We're going to talk a little bit about Ibiza as a whole, as well, as we've just decided to do that. And we're going to play some tunes in Had to Play This at the end. Danny, roll the titles.
Music, industry talk, stories, equipment and more. We are Crossfader and this is off the record. Off the record. Off the record.
Welcome back to this week's Off the Record with me, Lawrence James, Danny James, Jamie Hartley, all the Jameses.
What's up?
How are we doing, boys?
Good.
I'm
Good to
alright,
be James.
Yeah, I'm going to say happy birthday to my child, who is 18 today. It's his 18th birthday, as we're recording this today. He's never listened to one of these ever.
No. It's a celebration, though. We're here to share
But yeah,
our life
moments.
and
So,
you
yeah,
can
happy.
listen along. I don't know. Other people that are listening probably know what that feels like.
Yeah.
I've still got 11 years until
Yeah,
that point.
you've got a lot. You've got
17
You've got quite
and a
literally
lot of
18 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, you get to wash your hands today. Is that right? You just go, bye.
Bye. He's a man now, so do what you want. Happy birthday to Jane. We're going to talk a little bit, boys, about the new club opening in Ibiza. Ibiza is a hub of the world of clubs, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've been
Clubbing.
there.
Yeah.
It is spiritual, isn't it? It is.
There's something about it.
I say, where else on the planet do you step off an airport and all you see is advertisements for clubs?
Yeah.
That's
It's
all
built
it is.
around
It's built around, yeah.
a lot of like, not just music, but it's just like the energy and the culture that music,
Of course.
especially dance music and electronic music, has brought to the world.
Yeah.
Like the pockets of culture that it's developed there's a
Yeah.
lot that started there. Not just there, obviously. There's
Yeah,
other parts of the world, but there's definitely something about it
Yeah.
that has held strong, even through a lot of the commercialization of it, which has naturally happened. You know, as dance music's grown, there's been a huge can't say that word. Can I?
Commercialized.
Commercialization of
Yeah.
of the genre of the industry. But that's only a good thing. It's only, allowing for more interesting parties. It's allowing for a broader spectrum of parties.
Yeah.
When we were there, we went to Pikes. Still free entry, just guest list, over 27s,
No phones.
good vibes. Still have some decent, DJs and acts on. Not
Yeah.
like necessarily. Well, they could be super club headliners as well sometimes. But then you've got the other aspect of it with the new club that's just opened, which we're about to talk about.
Yeah, the new club. I guess if you watch this podcast, you're probably into electronic music, so you'll have probably seen this. It's been the opening of Universe in Ibiza, and it was just a sort of otherworldly like place. It's a huge place. Carl Cox opened it, Michael Beebe, and a few others. But it's one of them. It's one of them things that gets you talking. And it's like we said it around the group, didn't we? We were like,
Yeah.
would you be up for this? And there's two sides to it. It's just like it looks like the best place to be in the world at that week, because it's like a historical moment. A new club in Ibiza. It's a super
The biggest club.
It's the biggest
Yeah.
club. It's got the biggest DJ of all time on it, arguably Carl Cox. So it's an unbelievable cultural moment. Will Smith's in the stands filming, because Will Smith's everywhere. How many
Hasn't
hours?
he got shares in it or something? Wasn't he
Oh,
part of
is he?
the...
Well,
isn't he part owner or something?
I thought he was
yeah.
just mates with. So the owner of it is Jan Pisserman, I want to say Pisserman, but he owns the Night League, who own Ushuaia.
Yeah.
And what's the other big one? Ushuaia and
Hi.
of
Yeah.
course.
Hi.
And Privilege as well.
Yeah, because Will Smith put a video on his Instagram ages
Ages
ago.
ago.
Yeah, and I never put those two together.
Oh, so
actually,
you
yeah.
think he's
Teasing
invested?
I'm sure he's
I've
got
got,
something to do with
I
it.
have the internet here.
That is, that's interesting.
So it's funny, right? So me and Katie, my wife and partner, we're going to Ibiza for our anniversary.
Yeah.
So in a couple of weeks' time, we're going to Ibiza. And we were saying, we're like, do you know what? We really want to go to Universe, but
Yeah.
it's not really us anymore. But just for the experience of witnessing it,
Yeah.
I'd like to go. I'd like to go in, spend 30 minutes, check it out,
Yeah.
and then leave again. Probably because it'd just be too intense.
That's a lot of money for 30 minutes.
I know, but this is what I'm saying. So if anyone's listening that can hook us up, it's
Will
our
Smith
anniversary,
Will
right? We just want to stop by for a bit, show us around, let us get a good vibe, and then
Then leave.
we'll probably we won't be out till 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're having obviously a conversation with two different people. Us, we've been around DJing forever, a bit older, so the thought of it is a bit like, like you say, you'll go test it, of course, because you want to be like, oh yeah, I did that. But it's not like a desire to go and be in the middle of that dance floor and surrounded by, is it 8,000 people? 10,000?
I think the whole thing in total is 10,000 capacity, isn't it?
But it is just like, it's an otherworldly experience. You can't really, you can't compare the price to a festival or a club night anywhere. It's for most people, like a one-off, one-of-a-kind experience that you're not going to get anywhere else, really.
Yeah.
People go to Ibiza for the week. You know what you're going to do. You know you're going to go to Ushuaia and whatever.
Yeah.
I don't really like the complaints about... I saw the price. There's a burger restaurant in there. The 5 tenders for €80.
Yeah.
Which is insane. But
For what?
It's
Chicken
5
tenders.
chicken tenders is €80. I'm not even joking.
It's wild, but
I'm not even joking.
it's like a festival. Like once you're in there, they've got you. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
And
you're in
if
there
you're
for a lot
gonna
of
go,
hours.
don't complain about the prices
No,
because
you
you
can't.
know what you get. You know what you're signing up for.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing, a bit like Space Miami, is it goes like all through the day, doesn't it? So
Yeah.
I think Carl Cox in on like 9 a.m. and I'm like, oh my god.
The only thing with these super clubs that you get in Ibiza or Vegas or whatever, it's to fill a club like that, you've got to get such a wide variety and so many people that it's almost. Is it almost too much? Like the best vibes I've ever had are actually in smaller venues because
me
you
too.
get like a very specific group of people that all get on the same wavelength. And I think there's a tipping point where the venue gets so big or so, I don't know, detached from even the DJ.
Yeah.
That, imagine going to, when you go to a festival and you've seen a DJ play, but they don't have much production going on. It's kind of like the DJ's on the stage. There's a few flashing lights, but there's not like the production that goes into it.
Yeah.
After a while, you're a bit like, you lose that attachment to the vibe a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't
a little
know.
bit,
Obviously,
yeah.
Ibiza's different. They've
Yeah.
got the production value going on, but
course,
I don't
yeah.
know.
I think when it gets to that many people, you've got like so much of a divide between who's there to actually see
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
club or
Yeah.
see the DJ, and then it's like you've got people who really want to dance for however long,
And
and you've got
a lot
people
of-
who just want
That's
to
a
see
really
it.
good point.
Yeah, but a lot of people are on drugs as well, so it feels amazing no matter where you're at. Do you know what I mean?
That's true, yeah.
We're
very
deadly
true.
serious. Half of them, like, probably 90% of the people in there are probably on drugs feeling
Yeah.
amazing. So
Yeah.
it's not like they're
Yeah,
cramped
yeah.
in a box thinking, "Get me out of here."
Yeah.
They're probably like, "Yeah, I'll do this for another 5 weeks because it feels amazing."
Yeah, very true. Very
Yeah.
true.
But with the small venues, it's like everyone's usually there to see the artist, so it feels a bit more
Yeah.
intimate, connected. I don't know.
Yeah, I really want to go. I'm going to try and go this year. I'd love to sample it and see what
Yeah.
it's about, and hopefully
Right.
bump into Will Smith. He says that it's not confirmed whether Will Smith is invested or not.
I will try check it out for us.
Yeah.
It is in the taxi ride home from Pikes where we've already planned to go and
Right.
Fish 56 Octagons
When are
playing.
you
and
going?
we're just
When are you
gonna
going?
have
When are you going?
End of this month.
End of this month.
Nice.
Yeah. So just long weekend, 3
Yeah,
days.
yeah, nice.
Um,
Yeah. No, we're going to try and go in August for 3 days as well. So I'm going to try and go.
Sweet.
So we'll see.
Do you know what I've actually booked as well to go
Ooh.
back to Hyde, which is where
Oh,
IMS
yeah.
was. So I'm going to go
Oh,
rather
really?
than to the event. I'm just going to
Such a
stay
nice
in the
area.
hotel.
Nice.
Such a nice
and just
area.
do an actual holiday there. So
Such a nice area. Right. Into today's topic comes off the back of a Reddit post. Do we play the Reddit drama? Play the Reddit drama.
I'll play the Reddit drama.
Reddit drama, it's all over the place. People arguing, fighting, all up in your face. Reddit drama. Reddit drama.
Right, off the back of this Reddit post, it's an interesting one, and it made me think a lot about how to approach this question, like with sympathy, and not just be like, get off your ass and do it, because it applies to a lot of people, and a lot of people have this in different areas of life, not just DJing. But the question is basically dealing with being an average DJ, dealing with being a mediocre DJ. So this guy says, I've been mixing for a long time, mainly drum and bass. I've played out a few times and managed to keep things rolling and the dance floor engaged. I'm not technically great. I can hold a mix in time, fairly basic blends. The past couple of years I've been trying to improve, but the more pressure I put on myself to produce mixes that are good, the less I enjoy mixing, and also end up dissatisfied with my end results. Most of the tunes I send people that I'm really feeling never get a reply or response. I've applied for a couple of DJ competitions lately and never got a reply. Suppose I'm struggling to come to terms with probably being a bit average and probably having no talent. I can't ever see myself being a good DJ. Probably my tastes aren't good. Reason I'm posting is I still absolutely love music and love mixing. I just wish other people liked it as much. That's the thing with DJing, isn't it? You're only really a DJ if other people dig or like your music. Anyone else coming to the terms with this and still find joy in mixing themselves, got to be more than us. Got to be more of us that people who play out all the time are good.
I disagree with this.
Yeah,
It doesn't make you a DJ if other people like you're still a DJ, even if you're just doing it by yourself. But it's like, I think by the sounds of it, he's being too hard on himself for one, and two is I think if you put a lot of pressure on yourself, that's where stuff kind of goes wrong. If you're trying to nail an amazing, perfect recorded set, it's like you're probably putting too much pressure on yourself. It's like this isn't the right song, and that is, it's like a little bit too calculated. If that makes sense.
Yeah, but it comes down to what do you want out of it?
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
So, are you a DJ if all you want is to have fun with music? Yes. If you're mixing music and you're having fun doing it, you are a DJ.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to play music for other people? Yes, you are a DJ. Like, do you want to headline shows? Yes, you are a DJ.
Yeah.
They're all DJs, but the I don't know, the
Different
end
flavours.
goal is just different.
Yeah.
But they can still all be a DJ.
It's an interesting one. There's no like if you want to be a doctor, or if there's something there's a level you have to pass, and that if you want to be in a social media manager, there's a thing where somebody goes, you're that now, I'm paying you, so that's your title.
Yeah.
Whereas DJ, are you a DJ if you don't get paid to DJ?
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, maybe you are. I think one thing to...
Are you DJing as your profession?
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
But
if
are you a
learn to
DJ?
You are
Yes.
a DJ. Yeah. So you can go and play music at your friends' parties for free
Yeah.
around, your house and stuff.
DJ is short for disc
Disc
jockey,
jockey, yeah.
someone that plays with the discs,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And now that discs is digital and whatever else, but the same premise
Yeah.
stands that you are playing around with these pre-recorded pieces of music.
Yeah.
And who you're doing that for doesn't matter, and if you're getting paid for it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
This is my opinion.
Yeah,
by
of
the
course.
way.
Yeah.
Like, this is just my opinion, but like from my experience in this industry, like I would say, and do you know what? There's so many people where I've come across people who've got amazing music knowledge, and straight away I think you could be a great DJ.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
only
yeah,
difference
yeah.
is that they just haven't like actively mixed two songs together.
Yeah,
They've just
yeah.
like put a good playlist together, or they know music very well. And as soon as they just put those songs in a bit of an order and have fun with them and like combine them into more than just knowing the songs,
Yeah.
but actually like combining them in some sort of way, then I'd say you've become a DJ.
Yeah.
I think it's a reality. First of all, is like everyone's been here, whether it's this thing or something else in life. Whether you're trying to go to the gym and you don't look like that person or this person, but everyone's been there, right? So you sort of you feel like you're below something, below a standard, and that is due to like a big social media noise. Will be probably if you're on social media all day scrolling, it's just very easy to feel like you're behind all the time with everyone, because essentially you're engaging with stuff you like. So if you're quote unquote wanting to be a drum and bass DJ, if you're seeing people at D&B All Stars and Hospital Records headlining whatever show in Croatia and Madrid or wherever they are, you could be like, well, I've been at this. There's no chance I can get there now because I'm maybe a bit older, or I'm just not getting there. So you've sort of already set yourself like almost like an impossible task. If it's like you basically say you've got like a couple of gigs or whatever, and you're looking at a headline DJ, and every other thing between that is like failure, then it's an impossible mentality to get out of, because even if you do a few good things in the next month or two, it's never going to feel like the thing that you want to do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what this person on Reddit, I feel like they haven't found their outlet yet. They're associating what they want out of DJing with the one route of getting gigs and playing in front of people and doing that route. But maybe it's like it sounds like they're much more of a selector. They love music. They're messaging people trying to get songs unsuccessfully, but that's what they want to do, is like share this passion for music. And they just haven't found their community yet. And it's whether it's just refocusing and going, maybe I just need to build this like really cool little live stream or this Mixcloud radio show or something where my the people that are like me can find me, and I just double down on that rather than I want to just get this gig to play this type of music. But then you're getting, like you were saying, you know, it's such a niche thing that you've got to find as a gig. That you're always going to be sort of feeling like you're a mediocre DJ, but it's not that you're a mediocre DJ. It's just that there's not the right gigs or opportunity there for you. Maybe
we'll talk about it in detail, but I've set out sort of 5 actionable things to help you overcome feeling like you're maybe an average DJ. Number 1 is like to set some personal goals. Number 2 is to set yourself like a weekly task. Improve one thing at a time. Find a small community that you can support, and then sort of celebrate just your own like music taste. But I think one good thing would be, again, this is what we sort of talk about, is like, and this answer would be different between all theories, like what makes a good DJ. So you're saying, you know, I'm an average DJ, but if Danny, who loves drum and bass, came and saw you and you just mixed tracks for an hour back to back, I think you'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
As long as the music was good, right?
Yeah.
So Danny would think we all probably would think you're a good DJ. Whereas you're probably, you know, looking at maybe Adam F, who does 4 decks. Adam F?
Andy C.
Andy C. Who's Adam F?
Yeah.
Andy C was on 4 decks on vinyl, and you're like, I can't do that, therefore I am not a great DJ. Do you know what I mean? Whereas another person, imagine 90% of people who go to festivals who never DJ before will think you're a good DJ, because all they're for really is to listen to the good drum and bass music. Right? Yeah. So it's sort of defining like what is a good DJ. Now your probably thing is that you don't have the opportunities that you want to show people that you're a good DJ. So then you're not, the problem isn't that you are bad at DJing or you're an average DJ. Your problem is that you haven't mastered the skill of getting gigs or networking. So it's a different skill. So if you remove your mentality of I'm not good at technically DJing, which you probably are because you can mix 2 tunes together and that's good enough to get most people to headline any show. Remove that, because that's not the problem that you're average at. Maybe you are bad at or average at networking. Maybe, you know, if you're never speaking to anyone about the gig, if you see let's go with Hospital Records, you go, okay, who's on that stage? Okay, what label are they signed? Okay, who is the manager? Who has just posted their social, and start there. So you can sort of like it's actually only 4 people that you need to speak to get there. And that might be the problem. So try and like understand the problem as opposed to just sort of going I'm average at sort of everything. Do you know what I mean?
And it's not just attaching like when I get to a certain skill level, I will get gigs. It's not that. It's not how DJing works. And
this is maybe another umbrella thing of what is a DJ. We talk about it a lot. You're talking about just being technical DJ, and you know, long story short, if you want to, what he prefaced it by saying only got a few gigs or whatever. If you want more gigs, bigger gigs, then the technical part is not secondary, but you have to be good at this other thing, which is marketing.
Do you know what? This always comes around every time.
It does.
DJ Mag top 100 DJs. Everyone's like, but I know 10 DJs. My local DJ is better than that number 1 DJ, because the actual skill set of DJing, there are some very talented, skillful people that can really play with music and play to a crowd extremely well. Yeah. And then there's others who are very good artists, make very good music, but put them on the decks and they can just put a solid set together. But arguably, you could say that other DJ who's very skillful on the decks and can do a lot is maybe a better DJ.
And what about your selectors?
Yeah.
You know, you go and see them DJs who just got, like Jotty is a great example. I'm like, where are these tunes? Yeah. I can't find these tunes.
Yeah. So again, what goes into making a great DJ? And it depends on the outlet as well. You know, does that audience want someone super skillful? Yep. You could have a very talented scratch battle DJ who technically it's taken years to learn those skills. One person could say they are a fantastic DJ. They're like one of the top DJs. You know, people say that about Jazzy Jeff. You know,
crazy. A-track.
Skillfully one of the top DJs, but you could put them in a certain environment, club, setting, and it would flop.
Yeah,
no one
it
cares
just would not work. We saw Craze at Leeds Fest, right?
Yeah, no one came to see.
him
for the first 20 minutes, and then when people came in, he like killed it.
Yeah, but it was that thing of you've got to think about what is the DJ, because it's not just one thing.
Yeah,
I think to get out of the overwhelm of like I'm never going to be there because I'm just average, is to come back to like setting yourself some personal goals that aren't validated by anyone else.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you're not happy with your own output, then no one else is going to be either. You can't be like just putting stuff out and being angry that people don't like it. If you know what I mean. So if you could be like, I'm gonna upload a mix every week to Mixcloud. If I'm gonna upload 5 reels this week. I'm gonna watch a Crossfader tutorial on transitions because I want to be more technical and I want to learn the 10 transitions videos. I want to learn all them 10 transitions, even if it's not in my like genre. I want to mix like a completely. One of my favorite things is like getting to mix other genres. Really gets you out of your head, doesn't it? Of like, oh my god, this is so hard, or like just different or challenging. And if this person who's mixing drum and bass all the time just completely flips it and mixes techno or whatever, you might find like a totally different lease of life. And it's like, I can actually incorporate a bit of this into drum and bass set or something like that, and then all of a sudden you've got a bit of a spark to film something else.
Yeah.
But then they should also measure it by not by maybe the reach or anything like that, but by enjoyment. Because if their end goal isn't to be like full-time artist DJ and they want to find that passion for it, then measure it from enjoyment. Like, did I enjoy like what level of satisfaction did I get out of the process of doing this? And that's what the measurement should be, not like, but if you're trying to become an artist, then it's like, okay, flip it. I need to make 5. Marketing's a big part of it. I need to make 5 of this and 3 of that, and I need to reach this many people. So you've got to determine what that end goal is for you and what you're trying to get out of being a DJ, and then measure against that. Not, don't try and measure against something that you don't necessarily want to actually achieve.
Yeah, of course. And that'll help you as well. Like, because if it's like I want to be on festival stages or this, and it's like, and you have a look at who's on stages. And then it'd be like they all have music. So then it's like, well, I am making music. So my expectation is almost irrelevant because nobody on that bill doesn't have tunes. People booking them want you to come because they make the music. So then you can almost like take that expectation off the table, or you go, well, fuck it, I need to make a tune a week now, and I can control that. I can make 1 song a week or 1 bootleg a week to start with or whatever it is, because my goal is that. And less about the technical stuff. You can get that out of your head that I'm an average technical DJ, because none of these DJs are technical DJs. They make great music. So I need to start doing that. Let's get a course for day one. Let's buy a course. It moves on to setting yourself a weekly like series. Like we'll come on to sort of the community building of it. But if you sort of build up your own Mixcloud community, YouTube community, if you attach yourself to one of these communities like Discord or something like that, like drum and bass, all like the big artists have their own Discord that you can, if you're a fan of a certain artist, Jason Status or something like that, they've all got their own individual Discords where you can jump in there. Everyone in there likes drum and bass already, so you've already got something in common. It's like, oh, by the way, I've got this mix on Mixcloud, and I've done a Jason Status mega mix. Like, people will be like, okay, that's amazing. And treat it like a passion project as well, not like a popularity project. It's like, I love doing this. I could do this forever. Because you
got to find the love, right? You got to find the love factor for it. Of start there, and then build everything on top of that. So discover what the passion for DJing is. You've got certain DJs who are very passionate about the technology. They want the latest gear. They want the latest, like technological integrations and things, and that's what they're passionate about. So they will watch all the YouTube videos, they'll watch loads of our reviews, they'll decide to upgrade their equipment, buy new equipment because they want to have access to the latest features. Then you've got other DJs who their passion is the music and a specific type of music. So then it's like, well, let me lean into that. And you find kind of what you want to build upon as your foundation. And this is just going back, DJs can be selectors, but they can also be technologists now, they're really into technology and want to do something mad creative with music by using technology. And a DJ could be a scratch DJ that just needs a battle mixer and 2 turntables, and it's finding what that passion is within the DJ sort of description realm, and then building upon that, and that can then help with that community aspect that you said, because I guarantee that it's never been easier to get out there and discover communities, digital communities. I'm talking about, because as soon as you start searching more granular niche topics or things, you'll find them, whether it starts on YouTube and there's a creator that's then promoting a Discord channel and it just evolves from there.
Yeah, well, I mean, this guy, whoever it is, has posted on Reddit and got obviously a ton of responses.
Yeah.
So there's already a community of people.
There you go.
There, like, find them, message them people, be like, by the way, do you like drum and bass or whatever it is? Improve one. Step 3 is like improve one thing at a time. So depending on if you've got like other duties, you've got a job or kids or whatever it is, it might just be like today I'm focusing on improving my transitions. Like this Friday I'm gonna start that production course or message a promoter or something like that. And just celebrate like improving, because again, when you go for scrolling or something, you're coming across DJ's feed, another DJ, like James Hyper pop up, right, and he's mixing on 4 decks at the biggest festival in the world, and he's got the best visuals, and he's got the best cameras and the best captions for his. And you're like,
and a load of beef with Deadmau5.
He's beefing with the biggest artist in the world. You're like, oh my god, like where do I even start? It's like one thing at a time, right? Like let's just like maybe
chunk it down a little
learn
bit.
to produce one track. And yeah, the community thing we touched on. Find a small community, a supportive community. Like Jamie says, as soon as you start searching, you'll find these pockets of communities in Reddit, Discord, Facebook groups, Instagram. Instagram have got their own. Is it Instagram communities? What is that?
Broadcast
channels.
Channels,
stuff like that. And you'll be able to find it and have a supportive network. YouTube's great as well. Like there's a lot of like YouTube channels. Let's just lean into the drum and bass. If you just put drum and bass live DJ mix or something, you'll find somebody doing a decent mix. You can connect with them, and then everyone in the comments. You've already got like people in the comments who might be like your potential audience.
I think Reddit's a great place as well. It's built for that. It's built for people to talk openly about what they're passionate about. So it's a good place to sort of get started if you have a bit more of a niche part of DJing that you want to explore. There'll be people on there to chat with, and ways that you can contribute and just feel involved, and it doesn't have to be in person all the time. The final tip would be to celebrate like your love of music. So we've just had a business meeting, and we were talking about our office hours channel, and we're like, how's it going? What should we do with it? And everyone just agreed, like, we enjoy doing it, so we're just going to keep doing it. And that's not like a long-term business decision. That is we fucking love music, and we're going to keep playing music. And that's that. And nobody's ever picked up their first ever DJ equipment and been like, right, how do I go from this to like this? You pick it up because you want to listen to music. It's simple as that. You want you to listen to music, and you want to basically share it with people who want to listen, and that's the fundamental thing of it. So if you can find somewhere a space, if it's a spare bedroom or wherever, that you can just like DJ for an hour every week or however long you want to do it. Even go to like a Pirate Studios, which is like in the UK, like a little studio space where you can have it loud. Invite a couple of friends down, have a beer or whatever. And just get back to that, like, just going to do this because it's a lot of fun. Because creative juices come from that. Like, you'll be more inspired to do all this other stuff if you just get back to, like, the roots of, like, the music. It is that, and I say to our students all the time, like, narrow down your music library. Streaming's great, but it has created an issue whereby we have access to too much instantly. It's the same across so much with online and digital. Everything's instantly accessible. But the problem with that is we have access to millions of songs, so we just get overwhelmed. We're like, well, where do I start? I've got too much to choose from. What should I mix next? And when you restrict that right down, and it was such a good lesson for when we started as DJs, and you're having to spend, £7 to £10 or more on a record that might only have a couple of songs on it, and you have to add that to your library, and then each week you might add a couple more songs each week to your music library, and you've got to figure out how that fits into a set. Like, those restrictions actually force you to really listen to the music and engage with it in a different way, and build sets that really maybe mean something or feel a bit deeper, rather than being like, right, I need to instantly make this amazing mix and I've got a million songs to choose from. It's something to kind of think about. It's that joy of music. Just dig deep. When you find some songs you love, don't keep digging, go and play with them. Get 10 songs, go play with them. mix them in 10 different ways,
Yeah.
change the order around, just experiment with them. Don't always try and find a new song to mix in.
Yeah, I really enjoyed. I quite enjoyed that that sort of question, that prompt. So I want people listening to this to sort of get involved with their questions. So if you've got a question for the podcast or something that you want us to help you out with, or if you're stuck, if you're feeling a bit like alone or trying to find a community yourself, if you've got a question, technical question or anything like that, just email info@wearecrossfader.co.uk. Make sure your subject line is podcast, and then ask your question. We'll bring it up on the podcast and do our best to sort of help you out. And if you want to join Crossfader, just go to www.wearecrossfader.co.uk. You can join now for free and get access to a bunch of free lessons, free content. You can create your own custom learning journey. So you answer 5 or 6 questions about your equipment, your software, the genres you like, and your goals. And it will give you like a custom roadmap of learning that you can do to become beginner to pro and get on them stages. Tunes. Should we go tunes? This has not been.
Are you doing it today?
I guess I am. Yeah, I had a gig on Thursday. I downloaded a lot of SoundCloud stuff, and let's find out if they're any good.
Set the cheetahs on the loose. There's a thief out on the
Let's jump in a bit.
back for my check. Bring her back to me. Run, crown of our fabric, front of our
So this is Frank Ocean Pyramids.
Yeah.
This is this is from the original. This is original. This bit.
I just love that lead sound.
Nice.
Nice.
Is that synth line from the original?
Yeah, yeah,
Is
yeah.
it really?
Yeah.
I recognise it from somewhere else.
Frank Ocean Pyramids. Frank Ocean Pyramids. Lucati remix. Lucati.
I really like the drop, but then I don't know if it just grates something that
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, it's a bit repetitive.
It's a bit too repetitive.
the
It's a bit
second
too
drop.
in your face repetitive.
You could have done it at the start and then cut it off like 4 bars. And get rid of it.
Very. That's all the way through.
Yeah, a bit too repetitive for me.
I don't mind it.
Or you need a little bub, like little variation.
You need like a call and response.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What else should we go with? This one.
Which is a critique of music.
DJ's picking apart producers.
It's well produced. I'm not knocking that.
Oh,
at
yeah.
all.
Oh yeah.
But to improve,
Yeah.
call and response. Electric Feel takes me back.
It does. It's a throwback, isn't it?
The Justice remix of that. Remember that?
I used to have loads of like bootlegs and edits of it. Ooh. There's your call and response.
Yeah, exactly.
You hear it?
Yeah.
I like it. I mean,
yeah, I
it's
like
a
that.
vibe.
Survive.
It's a bot. It has a call and response. And I've got that attachment to it from Electric Feel. Like I used to play a lot of edits of it right when I first started gigging.
Electric Feel. Tony White edits.
I like that. Electro house vibes with the
Yeah,
sounds.
a little bit, innit? Yeah. It's not far off, is it? This one I played as the last song, and the people sang along, and it did well. Classic Flume.
Now I messed up and I'm missing you. Another way like you.
I love Flume.
So much. What a guy. And he's still probably like 24, because he
He's
came in
young,
at like
yeah.
16,
He
didn't
did, yeah.
And I'm missing you. Another way like you. I'm only human, can't you see? I made a mistake.
love those false drops.
Yeah. Yeah,
Nice. That's very Disclosure, like
Very,
original Disclosure.
Yeah, definitely.
Even now, like Disclosure sound, but it's not Disclosure, is it? That sounds so similar.
No, but this guy's an elite producer though. It's Murph.
Yeah.
I looked him up and he's got like he was doing headline shows.
Nice.
I've not heard of him before, but it's Murph. It's Murph remix of Never Be Like You.
We're still
a
looking
vibe.
now
That's
to
a
have,
vibe.
speaking of Disclosure, like to have artists like that doing live streams because
Yeah.
you learn so much from them. It's like, how are you giving this away for nothing?
Yeah.
Like, it's absolutely mind blowing. But it's like, it really annoys me when you get people like Flu. It doesn't annoy me, but it's like great at the same time. It's when they're so young.
Yeah,
And they come in, it's like, what did your parents feed you? Like, why are you this good at 14?
Yeah.
But it's like probably cost us stuff like that, like being able to watch like
no.
artists break it down. It's really good.
I think a lot of these artists, like your Disclosures and people, 9 times out of 10, their both parents are musicians.
Yeah.
And they learn how to read and write read music
Yeah.
at a very young age.
Yeah.
Like learning the piano
Yeah.
as you learn to talk and write.
Yeah.
It's like it's only gonna it gives you that foundation.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of producers struggle to break that threshold because you're coming at it and you've got to learn music theory as well as production, as in like the actual tools.
Yeah.
At the same time, and if you already have a good base knowledge of music theory and writing music, then the production side of it becomes way easier.
Yeah.
So there's 2 things to learn there as a producer. And I think a lot of people who are DJs go, right, I'm going to produce music now, and then it's like, whoa, I've got to learn software, synths, drum machines, but then also music theory of how to write drums, how to write melodies, how to write bass lines, what key signatures are, scales, all that stuff. There's 2 separate things that then have to come together, and that's where these producers, if they've got that whole other side of it ticked off, and the parents force them into piano lessons when they didn't want to go, they're thanking them now.
Yeah. It's so funny when Grammy nominated Will Clark was sat next to me. He was chatting. He goes, making a tune. It's not rocket science. You've got an intro. You've got a build up. You've got a bridge. You've got a break. You've got a drop. One. Yeah, mate, absolutely piece of piss. Yeah. This is more of a chill remix, but I like it. I don't know why. It's Pick Up the Phone remix.
As in Migos, Pick Up the Phone. No. Travis Scott.
Lady, pick it up, it's me calling.
Pause it.
Let me show them all about the West. On me, give it up if you ballin'. On me, give it up if you're set. Hey, little mama with that tight dress on, I got a small proposition.
It's one of those vocals have been used so much.
Yeah.
Look kinda sexy, got it going.
You've got to make it good.
It kind of doesn't do much this, but I quite like that.
Come a little closer, let me see that thong.
I mean, I really like it because the vocals always works. Pitch down, really good. Like,
Catch me in them streets with my blue khakis on.
Do we get a hi-hat? Okay.
Yeah, little shuffle.
I like that.
Little shuffle.
We need an open hi-hat coming in soon.
Is it coming? Is it coming? Is it coming? No.
Could have gone in just a vocal, just a vocal. Yeah, that one doesn't do much, but it is just a, just a
It's
bop.
vibe. Yeah.
Just a bop.
Little beach, little cocktail
Just one
on
of
the
them
beach.
mid-set. We just I just need a little filler, but you won't lose anyone because people sing the vocal.
Yeah.
Who is that? Starmer. This is a Starmer edit of Pick Up the Phone. Stama. Next one. Yeah. Classic vocal.
It's mad, isn't it? There's certain vocals or certain songs.
Yeah.
It's like a rite of passage that you have to remix it before you become a producer. It's like, but have you remixed Show Me Love yet?
Your standard tech house bootleg.
Yeah.
Not for me.
It's not enough
It's not enough.
to like make it anything more than the 10 other remixes I've heard of it.
yeah. I totally get that.
I wonder if in like the next 15 years we're going to see producers using like the same vocals now, or we're going to see the vocals that have come out now being used then. Does that make
It'll
sense?
be both, mate. That,
Are we just going to get
will be
another
both,
1,000
yeah.
Show Me Love remixes?
Oh,
do you
without
know
a
what
doubt.
though? I think this, once a genre gets so like saturated in its style, so it's like if you said tech house remix of classic tune,
Yeah.
you have these like a certain structure in your head where like a good producer could just knock it out and go like, there's your tech house remix.
Yeah, yeah.
Doesn't matter who made it, it's like there's a tech house remix. AI's going to do that, right? Tech house
Yeah.
remix of whatever is going to be that prepackaged with whatever vocal you choose.
Yeah.
And that's really realistically what's going to happen.
Yeah. This is reminded me of something I saw really funny this morning. So it was on Instagram and this guy put a video up talking about how SoundCloud is feeding artist information and songs to AI.
Yeah.
So
It was a big deal, this, like back and forth in the industry.
So this guy's come up with this idea of basically making shit bootlegs. So everything he's making is just terrible music to feed the algorithm. Just thought it was such a funny trend.
The CEO had to come and put a statement out, and like it was ages ago that they changed the words, the terms of, I don't know, the terms and conditions or whatever.
Yeah.
But they had to clarify that they weren't actually training a model on people's music. It was more
Right.
like on like the preferences or something, but they
Yeah.
didn't word it right, or
Yeah.
they had to reiterate that like we're not feeding it to like a music creation system and taking your sounds and or
Yeah.
something like that. It was more about like suggestions and know
Okay.
how the system works better rather than actually producing music. But they booted off in the industry.
Yeah.
It was a big thing.
Let's see where it goes.
Yeah.
Right.
But no, I think AI will become the producer of these top level, you
yeah.
know, every labels need like a tech house version or this version or that
Yeah,
version.
yeah.
They just go and like the AI just does it. Like the labels are probably building their own AI models, right?
Yeah.
They'll just feed all of their artists they own the masters of, right?
Yeah.
Into the AI model because they own it.
Yeah.
She says.
Build it. Then they've got the universal AI producer or
Yeah,
whatever,
Yeah.
Warner music producer, and then they just type to it and say, we need another song like this from our library, but with this new,
Yeah, it's mad.
like surely that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And on that note, you can find ChatGPT headline Universe in Ibiza.
I think there'll be hopefully there's a swing like the other way, isn't there, where if stuff like that starts to happen, where the DJ and the producer will just get more popular and have more value because people want to see them produce the song, you know, or they want to go and see the person that made the song, not the fucking AIs who made it. Yeah, I must have go make some shit bootlegs. Thanks. That one, by the way, was Poison Caesar remix, Cezar. There's always loads of comments. Thanks, guys. We'll be back next week with another podcast. See you later. Goodbye.
Goodbye.